Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay Mill with 10th Letter Media and StraightOfficial.com, where we celebrate hip hop, lifestyle, and culture. We welcome you back to our Straight Official Sit Down series, where we get to chop it up with artists from across the land and get to know them a little bit better on their musical journey. And tonight will not be any different because tonight we got a very special guest. All of our guests are special, but tonight we have the very lovely Miss Chrissy T in the building tonight in the hot seat. How you doing tonight, love?
Hey y'all, hey, I'm feeling blessed. How y'all doing?
Hey, every day above ground is a great day. It's not underselling it when I say that. And so I'm not going to hold up the call any more longer. I'm going to turn it over to my partner in crime, representing the Virginia Fleet DJs, DJ Pynk Dyamond, holding it down for Straight Official Sit Downs. Let's go.
Hey, Chrissy T is back again. I swear, girl. I ever since I interviewed the first time with, of course, Two Fly, I've been seeing you moving and shaking. I was like, oh, we got to get her scheduled for the magazine now. So here we are, Straight Official sit downs. I get to talk to you one on one. I don't have to worry about anybody in the background. And yes, I get to find out a little bit more about who Chrissy T is, what you've been doing so far for this year, actually, and what your plans are for the rest of the year. That's what I want to know. So, first and foremost, we're going to get to the audience and let the audience know, first and foremost, who Chrissy T is and how you came about in this music industry, girl.
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to DJ Pink Diamond. I appreciate you. I appreciate Fleet Radio Network. But who is Chrissy T? Wow. I'm an artist first and foremost. And I've been doing this thing for almost 20 years as far as singing professionally. So I'm a singer, I'm also a songwriter, and I'm really proud of my whole just artistry journey. It took me a while to get to a place of like putting myself out there, specifically in the music industry. Just finding my own voice and like, because I know I can do a lot of things with my voice. And so just trying to find my own lane and do what I was meant here and put on earth to do. So I would say that I'm an artist and first, and I like to be able to express myself in many different ways, but my favorite way is performing and singing. So
You really have been busy. I've been watching you since probably March, listening to your music. Definitely have you in rotation. Now, I don't know if you heard the word, but you have been featured 2 Mondays in a row on Two Fly too.
hey.
We got some indie artist stuff going on. So I'm trying to feature a lot of up and coming and rising superstars. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
also with the Straight Official magazine too, just so to let you know, we are affiliated with Straight Official Radio. So you've been on that radio station too.
I appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. I really do.
Yes, yes, yes. So now you've been on the musical journey forever. I wanted to know what's the fun fact about you?
A fun fact about me? Oh, I could be really goofy. Like, I love doing impersonations and stuff like that, or just being goofy and showing a sillier side of myself. Because I think most times, like, especially as an artist, I can be a kind of serious about my business kind of person. But deep down inside, like, my real self is like real goofy and silly.
Okay, so so since you said that, you ever thought about acting, being a comedian too?
Actually, I am an actress, so I do a lot of stage work. So I've been a thespian for just as long as I've been singing now. So I've done, productions regionally in like the Midwestern area, and even down south. I've done some stuff, some productions. So I've been acting for a while. Now I don't know about being a comedian. I don't know if that's my lane, but you know, if the role calls for me to be, you know, a little silly or something, I ain't afraid.
Hey, girl, them comedians make money out there. You know what I'm
They do, they
saying?
do. All the
See,
skits and stuff.
and then you never think about, I think about like whatever you have multiple stuff going on, you can mix it all in one pot and just boom, collect money just like that. You know what I'm saying? Singer, actress,
Right.
comedian. Hey, people do it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah, like Jay say, nothing wrong with being multi-talented. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong.
I think the money can come from anybody over here, over there, over there. Whatever lane that I can go in, yes,
That's right.
let's get paid. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
get paid. It's enough out there for me to be able to express myself, so I'm gonna do that.
So now, I don't get to also ask artists a little personal stuff, but what is your favorite color and why?
Oh, I love that question. My favorite color is yellow.
Okay,
Um, Yellow just represents joy to me. Um, Joy, it expresses just lightheartedness. I think it makes me look good. It just brings out the aura in me. I think it helps people radiate who they really are.
okay,
Yeah, it's like sunshine, you know?
okay. Do you have on yellow or kind of yellow green today?
It's like a yellow green.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
the yellow in the earrings, girl. You got some nice earrings for sure.
Thank
All right,
you.
now my last other personal question before I get down to some more music questions. Now, now I know you like to shop because I did, right? Now, if you had a specific country, right, to go shopping, what country would it be, and why would you pick that country?
That is an amazing question. Um, I think, oh, that's a really good question. I think I would probably pick, you know what? I would probably pick something like Nigeria.
Okay,
Like I would go to the motherland and because I feel like the fabrics are going to be rich there.
okay,
Like you can get things tailor made. It's going to be all kind of different textiles and and they just they like to be luxurious over there. That rich kind of royalty kind of thing. So I think I would go to the motherland and go shopping.
okay. That's a good thing. You never know because people, we have regular personal lives and we have dreams and we have ambitions to get where we need to go. So you always want to know certain things about an artist because an artist brings us so much joy, so much positivity, especially when it comes to the R&B side of it. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah.
and also the gospel side of it too. Now, to me, you also seem like a person that's been into the gospel singing as well. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
That is true. Yes, absolutely.
So tell me about the gospel lane. How did you get in that area?
Well, I wouldn't say like I've been in the gospel lane per se, but I grew up singing in church.
Okay.
I sung on praise and worship teams, led for praise and worship teams. And so I've even done background singing work for major gospel artists. I remember one year I went to Canada and I had to do a gospel award show there and sang backup for Karen Clark Sheard. So I've been in those spaces, even though I haven't really been in the gospel industry. But one thing that is the core and the foundation of my life is God. So God is going to always be represented in my music or just represented in who I am. Period. You're gonna hear it's gonna always gonna come out in the vocals because I grew up in the church, and so that's what helped was the foundation of my singing. And even right now, like the material that I'm writing is very more inspirational led. And I'm kind of like from that era too. Like you remember like in the early 90s and stuff where like BB and CC Winans was making crossover music. Like you didn't know if it was R&B or if it was gospel. So like, the Mary Marys and, stuff like that, where it's just like, it's going to have a groove to it, but it's also going to feel you and inspire you and encourage you. So like that's what I want my music to represent. So God is going to always be in that.
Okay. I know because when I started looking at your stuff and listening to your music, it's just like a combination of both of it in there. So that's why I
Thank
asked
you.
with that gospel too, because you never know. I'm telling you, you never know an opportunity come at you, whether it's R&B or gospel. I know you can handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's why I
absolutely.
mentioned that gospel. Now, are you? Where's your home base at?
Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, okay, that's okay. I think I've been there one time. I went to a wedding there one time. But yeah, okay, so you in Ohio. Now, do you have any plans of any kind of city or state touring or pop-ups or meet and greets coming on for the rest of the year?
Not for the rest of the year. The rest of the year I'm pretty booked up doing a lot of like private gigs. That's kind of my bread and butter, So I go where the bread and butter is as of right now. But also at the same time, I'm nominated for two award shows coming up as well, so I'm preparing for that.
Okay.
I'll also be performing. So I'm nominated for three awards actually, from two different award shows. So one is called the Soul Dope Award. I'm nominated for Songwriter of the Year and no, I'm sorry, Album of the Year and Entertainer of the Year. And then the other award show is the Full Figure Industry Awards. That's going to be in New York City. I'm nominated for Entertainer of the Year there as well. So,
Girl, get it.
and yes, and I'll be performing at the Full Figure Industry Awards as well. So I'm really excited. I'll be going to New York in a couple months. So I'm
Okay.
pretty busy with that. Just, and then writing, getting back in the studio.
Okay.
So,
Now, something
mhm.
else I see in you too, because I look at your pictures, because I model, you know. I've been modeling for a long time, but like even with the picture that we put on that flyer, it's like, do you model too?
So I like to say I used to model. I haven't done it in a while. I used to be with a modeling agency and everything. My main kind of modeling was runway. I used to do runway modeling. But I kind of fell out of it probably like around once COVID happened, and I made the lane to switch to focus solely on music because I felt like I was spreading myself thin, doing too much. But I might consider getting back into it.
I don't think so. You need to bring that out. Because if
Okay.
you did runway for plus size, you could also do print magazine work.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I might have to add it back to my arsenal.
hey, that's the to me. I think about Cardi B for a moment. She was just came out just to rap, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, I see her in more fashion events, fashion shows, and I mean some big ones too. And then I start looking. I'm like, okay, from the Atlanta hip hop days, they was totally different. I couldn't see her modeling.
Right,
When she
right.
became Bodak Yellow, and then I seen the outfits she had, I'm like, and then next thing I know, she was like modeling for this designer, that designer. She's getting paid big time for
Hmm.
that. So that is also something. Definitely don't count that out. You know what I'm saying? Because you could go to Nigeria. Check this out. You can go to Nigeria. You can be in a runway show and sing all at the same time.
There you go.
You could wear that out sometimes. Put it together. Being multi-talented is nothing but the best. I'm telling you. So
Hmm.
that print work, I would get back on that for sure. If you have never done it and I mean, I can get you
I
in.
haven't done it in a long time.
I can definitely get you in some stuff that I'm in, magazine work. So we'll talk about that another time for sure.
Okay. All
Now,
right.
you've been doing this music before I get into this main song, which is one of my favorite songs. Um, you've been doing this music thing for a while, right? So, I don't know if you grew up in the non-internet era. I did.
I did. I
Okay.
did.
Okay. All right. So, you know about the non-internet era versus the internet era. How do you feel about that being an artist?
Um, I feel like it's a double-edged sword.
Mm,
Um, One, the non-internet era, it was more focused on the music. You know what I mean? It was more about just the artist and what they were bringing to the table. Also, I felt like artists were able to have that privacy, aspect to their lives without people and their fans being so invasive.
hmm
But what I do like about, I guess you would say, the internet era is, um, I feel like artists have more autonomy to control what they want to put out there as far as their music is concerned. They can be more in control of themselves as an artist. They don't have to have a, big machine behind them, taking their money. They can have more ownership, as I guess I would say. Um, I will also say for the internet era, you can also be able to like have your hands in multiple pots. You see all these different artists, like if they're not touring, they might be having endorsements for some brand or, they might be doing other things. So I just feel like it gives artists an opportunity to have more ownership of like their livelihood and what they want to do in their artistry. But it's I think it's a double-edged sword. I also say this too. Um, Nowadays with all the different streaming platforms and things like that, it does make it harder for independent artists to break through. You know what I mean? Because music is so oversaturated. You got people putting out music like it's microwave versus back in the day, they could put out an album, that album could simmer for like years. You know what I mean? So it's got its pros and cons to both.
Okay. Okay. I got three tracks. I'm getting straight into the songs. Um,
Hey,
I want you to tell me a little bit about the first one, which I'm going to play, which is called Shine. Tell me a little bit about that. And I'm going to get off the screen so we can let you introduce that track. All right?
okay, okay. So Shine is also featuring Greg Owens, my producer. He's also an artist, rapper, producer. That song is just like it's just talking about yourself. It's bragging on yourself a little bit. It's you coming into your own and celebrating yourself. And I just wanted to have an uplifting record for people to put on when they want to, feel good about themselves. So I would say to Fleet Radio Network and Straight Official Magazine, here is Shine featuring me and Greg Owens. Let's get into it.
So everybody out there, where you at? Hey, we getting down from the front to the back. Hey, you feeling good? Put your hands in the air. Hey, if you know you're blessed, make noise if you're there. Hey, you came to light it up one time. When light gets dark, bright it up one time. Since our anthem, my victory song, so we gon' all party all night long.
Pop, time to pop my big one. Glowing so fine, shine bright as the sun. This caramel got me tasting so sweet. Make the boys wanna eat this dessert as they treat. Bitches is fast, they can't figure me out. I'm chasing dreams and they stay chasing clouds. Big fun pun illuminates like a star. Cause the way I are, this novel will go far.
hands in the air one time. Put 'em up now. Put your hands in the air one time. Come on, hey, hey. Now put your hands in the air one time. Put 'em up. Put your hands in the air one time. Put 'em up. Put your hands in the air one time. Hey.
Man, every time I hear that song, I be like, oh my God, that song is so, like, I could really jam on the song. You know what I'm saying? Really, really like that song. Man, this song, is this also on like an EP?
Yes. So my EP was my debut album, called Metamorphosis. It actually, the 1 year anniversary will be this Saturday on September 20th. So yes, it's been out for almost a year now. It was 6 tracks on the album, and I just had to have something upbeat and fun, and something a little throwback too. Like when I heard the track, I was like, oh yeah, I got to write to this. Like super dope.
It's definitely got two things in it that we know, the new and the old. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it makes it fun. But whenever I hear it on the radio network and I'm doing my commute, right, I turn it all the way up because I like to listen to it loud. You know what I'm saying? Especially songs that I really like. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think this track is fun, energetic, vibration, definitely. Man, we need to probably try to set up a listening session for you since you have an album out to try to push more songs. I'll definitely like get with Miss A-Town, with her to
Love that. Yeah.
sure. Now I'm gonna ask you 2 more questions because I'm not gonna hold you long. My thing is when you're not recording, right? Or you're not so busy, what artists do you listen to? Give me 2 and why.
Mm. Oh, it just kind of depends on the mood. I would, it really do. I would say 2 artists I gravitate toward. I'm trying to think, what's on my Spotify right now. I'll say definitely Anderson .Paak. I love me some Anderson .Paak. I just think he is so versatile as an artist. He can produce, he can rap, he could sing, he could do it all. So I could play him on any given day. And I will also say probably Solange.
I
I love me some Solange.
I can see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my girl. Like she's dope too. Dope producer, dope. I really gravitate towards like artists and producers. Like if you can produce and you can perform, like you got my heart because you're just able to do so many things, and like that's something that I aspire to be. So yeah,
See, and she's multi-talented too, and she might.
absolutely.
Oh,
And yeah.
yeah, yeah, I could see that for sure. Now my last question to you is, if you no, let's change it up. What advice did someone give to you, just say like 10, 20 years ago, right? And you still do the same thing, or you still go by that same thing right now? What's the best piece of advice that somebody has given you and you're still utilizing it today? That's a hard question, right? You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. No.
Can you hear?
Yeah. Try it again.
Okay,
There we go.
you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, the first thing that popped in my head was because I thought about a couple different things. But the first thing that popped in my head was learn how to take a compliment.
Mm.
I used to be a person who used to really like, if someone complimented me, I would downplay it. You know what I mean? And I call her one of my like aunties. She caught on to that one day and was like, "Why are you always downplaying yourself? Like, learn how to take a compliment. Learn how to receive that so that you can, even if you haven't grown into that part of yourself yet, you can get there by learning how to take it in. And that's going to also help you develop more of your self-worth about yourself is by learning how to take a compliment. So when someone compliments you, you don't just say, "Oh no," some people like to just kind of like they don't know how to receive it. But the more you receive it, the more you develop within yourself like, "You know what? I am dope. You know what? I am talented. I am beautiful." You know what I mean? You affirm that what other people see in you. So learn how to take a compliment.
That's a good one. And I asked that question to a lot of artists, but that's actually the best one. Learn how to take a compliment. Now, y'all audience out there, if you're out here doing something, make sure you listen to what Chrissy T just said, because that's what she learned it from her auntie, and now she's still currently doing it today. Learn how to take that compliment. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna bring Jay back out here because he might got some questions for you before we just, let you go. Because we know you got a busy schedule, but we'll definitely catch up. I'm gonna catch up with you after the fact for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Jay.
Chrissy T, man, we appreciate you being on our Straight Official Sit Down series to help us to further this series for artists, for us to be able to tap in with them and get to know them better along the way. Um, I'm definitely loving the song. I love that sample, man. Ever since the first time I heard that song, it's one of those grooves that just automatically just gets you in the mood and get you up off your seat and get you to moving around. So you being able to use that sample and actually use that for your interpretation was beautiful. I
Thank
don't
you.
hear too, no, thank you. I don't hear too many artists mention Anderson .Paak, but when you said that was one of your first, I was like, yeah, her and I could definitely be friends. We can definitely be friends in that one. Because like I said, not too
Yeah,
many
that's
people
my
actually,
guy.
say he is definitely a underrated talent that a lot of people are kind of sleeping on. But hopefully, he'll be able to get that push that he needs to become a little bit more mainstream to other ears that definitely need to hear his type of talent. So in regards to this, like I said, I love the song. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely tuned into you as an artist. I like how you talked about being able to take criticisms. I just recently attended a grassroots music seminar yesterday for a number of artists that had never even performed outside of a studio, let alone performing inside of an intimate event, an actual concert where it's about 50 to 75 people in a room. And a lot of those artists, couldn't actually take the critiques that was given to them by the panel. So they kind of felt some type of way. But I've always felt like I'd rather you get it at this level than to go further into your career and you have an actual record label or A&R wants to put money behind you, and you're getting that criticism right then and there. So just learning how to be able to take those critiques and kind of take what sticks to you and leave everything else on the floor should help you to evolve as an artist. So
Absolutely.
so yeah, I definitely feel as if you being able to actually learn to take that criticism is going to get you a lot farther as an artist.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I said, I'm not going to hold a whole bunch of time, but I do have one question for you, and it's a question that I do pose to tend to a lot of artists that we interview. Um, so as long as you've been a part of your musical journey, when was the moment in time when you just knew that this was the path that you wanted to take? Was it a song that you heard, or was it a certain artist that you were tapped into, or was it a moment in your lifetime? But whatever it was, if you could just kind of briefly tell us, when was that moment in time when you just knew that this was the path that you wanted to be on?
Ooh, that's a great question. So when I was about 14 years old, up until that age, like I had been singing since I was probably like 5, 6 years old. I always had stage fright, like real bad stage fright. And I got to about 14 years old, and I remember I had a solo at church, and I was like overcome with fear. And I remember praying a prayer. It was a very simple prayer. And I just simply asked God, you know, if this is your will for me to do this, then remove the fear. Like that, it was gone. And that's how, one, I know that's how God works. Like God can work fast. But I knew right then and there in that moment that this is what I must be meant here to do. Because I was able to overcome my fear and, you know, deliver an amazing performance. And ever since then, I just been on this trajectory of like, yep, this is what I'm here to do. And no matter how long the journey takes, I'm gonna, you know, keep going on the path and I'm gonna figure it out as I go. So yeah, it's been a journey, but I'm really thankful that this is my purpose.
Well, you definitely have a new fan in me. I'm definitely tapped in. I'm looking forward to having you grace our digital pages here in Straight Official Magazine sooner than later. Again, we thank you for your time tonight. You could have been anywhere in
Thank
the
you.
world, but you were here with us tonight, and we definitely appreciate that.
Yes, we do. Chrissy T, girl, keep doing what you're doing. Keep making everybody happy with those songs. And definitely let's catch up for some type of listening session. You know, one thing I can say about artists that I meet for sure, if people don't know who you are, and I definitely can rock with you, everybody got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to get you out there. Like I said, tell all your friends, your family members, download that Fleet DJs app and tune in to these stations because you never know which stations will pick your songs up. And also it's digitally tracked as well, just so you know that. But definitely I appreciate you coming through and sitting down with me and Jay and letting the audience know out there in the digital magazine world what a great artist you are. You're going to be a superstar soon, so I can already see that for your future. But keep doing what you're doing, and we definitely appreciate the music and the feedback, the love that you give us too.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all, Straight Official Magazine. Thank you, DJ Pink Diamond and J Mill, for the platform, for the interview, for the good vibes. And I look forward to working with y'all again soon.
Oh, most definitely. All right. So, Jay, you can take it away and give us some closing remarks. I'm done for the night.
Again, this has been another episode of Straight Official Sit Downs, where we chop it up with artists from across the land and get to know better on their musical journey. On behalf of DJ Pink Diamond and our special guest, Chrissy T, this is your boy Jay Bill with 10th Letter Media and StraightOfficial.com. Log in and tap into the official website of the Worldwide Fleet DJs at www.straightofficial.com. And remember, it's the due season, so by all means, get you some.